How does it feel to actually walk back into the hospital and see this?
It's got the aspect of that it's literally just happened and I'm like sort of like a ghost-like sort of thing. The surrealness of, oh my gosh, look at how much it's changed, look at how much better it all is. And then I've come so far.
I was involved in a high-speed motor vehicle accident on Remembrance Drive in Bargo. I was airlifted to St George Hospital, operated on for a number of hours and placed in a medically induced coma.
Before my accident, I had just completed my high school years. I had just finished my HSC. I was about to embark on my university journey. I was also a state and national open water swimmer, which I had hopes to trial for the Olympics.
So when Chloe came into hospital, she was seriously unwell. She required life support in terms of breathing support. And the main injury that we were concerned about, chest, abdomen and legs, but we're fairly comfortable that we could fix those and sort them out. But it was the brain that we were concerned about.
I had broken my right femur, punctured lung, 3 broken ribs, and I had 3 bleeds on my brain, which have now left me with a traumatic brain injury for life.
When I met Chloe, I was working as an intensive care physician at St George Hospital, and I was in the early stage of my career, both as a senior clinician and as a researcher. And we'd just received some money from the St George and Sutherland Medical Research Foundation to run an early project. And this is often the way that many early career researchers start. So we designed a project which was looking at traumatic brain injury. We were particularly interested in how temperature was managed after traumatic brain injury. We approached her parents because she was suitable for the study that we were running and asked their permission to put Chloe into the study, and they agreed wholeheartedly.
To speak to you from the viewpoint of a mum with a child in an intensive care unit, a child whose very life hangs in the balance. Chloe was in ICU from the 8th of February to the 21st of February. She was never the patient in bed for, she was always Chloe.
I lost the life that I thought that I would have. And then trying to get that back was definitely a lot harder than what I thought it would be.
I've always thought that the patients who have the best chances of survival are those that are loved and have people at their bedside all of the time. Initial study that we did ran for 3 years, and we carried it out at St George Hospital, and the Royal Brisbane Hospital also helped us. When we looked at the data from that study, we found that the drug we were using to lower temperature, you'll know it, paracetamol, it obviously works when you have an infection, but what we were testing was if you have a brain injury, does it lower temperature? But if it didn't work, then we had other things that we could try that were a little bit more expensive and intensive.
One of the best opportunities I was given was when I was asked to take part in a fundraising initiative to walk the Kokoda Track with a great bunch of people, all dedicated to raising funds for future research. With a lot of strength, courage and determination, we all made it, including Manoj and one of my trauma nurses, Alana.
I think walking along the Kokoda Track was an amazing experience. Here's a girl that's had 27 injuries, can't regulate her own body heat, and she's walking this track which was so difficult but so amazing to be with her and to see her professional staff doing that research to get her to that place that she could do it. It was amazing.
Whether they were sponsors or they were doctors, nurses, whomever, it was such a really bonding experience to be able to do something like that as a group, and then also to do it with my dad was amazing as well. If that's also to say thank you, to raise money for future medical research, then that's all that mattered to me.
The work that we've done together has changed the way patients are now managed with brain injury and improved the care. So you, by participating, have done that.
Which is wonderful.
Yeah.
This is a great legacy to leave by.
Yeah.
Research is so important in driving healthcare forward. Research is the bedrock of progressive healthcare. It informs, provides the evidence that we need to move healthcare along with the complex health needs of our patients. As we embrace new technologies, as we embrace new opportunities and models of healthcare, that research is really driving a new paradigm in how we care for our patients.
That small grant that we got and that small episode, where Chloe agreed to work with us and do the Kokoda walk. We've gone on to much bigger and better things, and that's always been the vision of the foundation. As doctors, we're very keen to serve the patient, the person in front of us, to the best of our ability. But we know that by doing research and connecting with people across the world and doing research that changes practice, then you change the health of many, many people.
We have a partnership with St George and Sutherland Medical Research Foundation that goes back many years, and that is to provide ongoing support over a defined period to help give charity surety so that there is a tomorrow. Our members, 80,000 of them at the moment, they're our community. And so therefore we see medical research as being an ongoing gift to our community. Everybody's touched at some stage, either directly or indirectly through a relative, a family member, a loved one. Medical research is really the answer that in the long term is going to provide solutions for those people. So, as I say, our gift to our community is to support medical research. We do it through a great relationship we've had over many years. We intend to make it an ongoing commitment to our community.
I have 4 children, I have 11 grandchildren. I wanted to make sure that our local hospitals had the best doctors. And as you can see, we're bringing those doctors to our hospitals so they can do research. And if we don't have research in our local hospitals, we're not going to gain the best doctors that we possibly can.
Without St George, I wouldn't be where I am today. And then the Medical Research Foundation, if they hadn't have given me that divine intervention, then I wouldn't have been able to succeed with being able to do the Kokoda Track, and then also to now be a consumer in a new piece of research, which is again fundamental. Medical research really did help save my life.
Chloe's story is one of many who've had their lives saved by research. Imagine how many others can be saved if you support the SSMRF with a tax-deductible donation.